Now, Professor, Trump is a man of many contradictions. On one hand, he's talking about wanting to hobnob with Putin. And on the other hand, he's chiding India for, of course, trading with Russia, for buying defense equipment, for buying Russian crude oil. And he's giving India the impression that the India-US relationship, and within that, India's considerations and compulsions aren't very important to him. Either give him the credit for stopping the conflict between India and Pakistan and stop buying Russian oil, or pay up 50% in tariffs. What do you make of, what Trump has tried to do as far as the tariffs that he has slapped on India, which, by the way, US has called a strategic partner?
Well, I've tried to explain to my many friends in India, don't trust the United States. Sorry, this is a basic point. US politicians don't care at all about India. Please understand this. When I was in India in the spring, I said, don't count on some great trade relationship. What India has hoped for, I believe, is that it would be a good partner of the United States because it would be a way for the U.S. to I'll put it charitably, reduce its dependence on China and increase supply chains with India. I tried to explain, don't count on that. The U.S. is absolutely uninterested in Indian-based supply chains. Trump is uninterested in that. Trump is incapable of long-term strategic relations in any event. So my view was always, of course, try to negotiate. I don't want to presume the worst, but don't count on it. The U.S. is not an ally of India. India is not going to reap long-term security by siding with the United States in the Quad against China. India's a great power that has an independent standing in the world. It should not find that standing against China or for the U.S. Of course, India is our most populous nation in the whole world. It is a superpower. It should not presume that the United States is going to do great favors to India. That's not going to happen. India's objective, in my view, is a true multipolar world of mutual respect. And that means that India would have good relations with the United States, but also with China, which many Indian friends doubt, but I believe it's very important and very significant, and with Russia and with the African Union and with other regions of the world. So I have to say I was a skeptic that these trade negotiations were given inside track. I'm not at all a fan of the Quad, so forth. In this sense, also, this is the U.S. playing games. It's not in India's interest to side with the U.S. against China. So all of this means that what's happening with these punitive tariffs are just exposing the basic truth, which is that there is no strategic relationship between the U.S. and India. And under Trump in particular, but more generally with the military-industrial complex in the the U.S. aim is hegemony. It's a delusion. The U.S. is not a hegemon of the world. The U.S. cannot dictate to the rest of the world. But spend a day in Washington, as I painfully do now and then, they're filled with delusions. And the delusion is not about a great partnership with India. The delusion is about U.S. primacy or hegemony or full spectrum dominance or whatever term you want to use, even though we're clearly in a multipolar world. So I tried to say this in India in the spring. I was viewed as anti-American or too cynical. No, I was just trying to be realistic about the state of mind and the approach in Washington. Now, in general, what I'm saying is true whether it was Biden or whether it was Trump 1 or whether it was Obama and so forth, but it's especially true with Trump. He has no allies. He has no strategic partners. He has nothing but improvisation and short-termism.